Hello everyone, I am Pushpita De and you are watching Zee Business. Today we have with us Mr. Asheesh Pandey, the Executive Director of Bank of Maharashtra, to talk about the credit growth and how the bank plans to address deposit growth as well. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And congratulations on the remarkable profit that the Bank of Maharashtra has made in the last quarterly results. So I'll start with the most basic question. So how do you plan for the credit growth in the upcoming months or the quarter? Because you mentioned in one of the recent interviews that you expect at least 25% credit growth in this financial year. So what is your plan to implement the same? And do you think credit growth will be at par with the deposit growth as well?
If you see the Bank of Maharashtra results for almost say last 1.5 to 2 years, so the bank is progressing well on the both entire balance sheet, both on the deposit on the credit side. So even the press release is there that around 28-29% there is a growth on the credit front last year itself. So now, but categorically we conservative we feel, and if you see our MD Mr. Rajiv, Mr. A.S. Rajiv interviews as well, press release. So we have actually, our board has thought of around 22 to 25% range of the credit growth, point number one. Second is on the deposit front we are looking to around say 14 to 16% range. So that is the way in which we are looking to progress further in the current year. Now if we take how this credit growth will take place, so actually we are working upon the digital journeys as well. So we expect that from the digital sourcing both on asset and liability side, so probably starting from say 5% we will do. And secondly, we have done some collaborations as well on the SHG front and some other people. So from that, like some cluster schemes, some contractors, some Jila Parishad we have done. So these are some of the clusters, and also some of the very big corporates where we have done for the staff salary accounts, and then the portfolio of the home loan, car loan. So we have done certain clusters like textile, like the marbles and the tiles. So we are focusing on certain clusters and certain even retail segments. So home loan, yes, the bank is having a competitive advantage of the ROI and also on the few more products. So we foresee keeping in view the circumstances underlying at present. So we foresee the credit growth of 22 to 25%, and the deposit side also we foresee the growth of say 14 to 16.5%.
Got it, sir. So when we talk about the credit growth, we have seen that alongside focusing on the credit growth, NPA has also been a problem for the banking sector. In fact, it's just in the last couple of quarters, most of the banks have started improving on the NPA side. So how do you manage to address the issue of NPA? I mean, in the last quarter, the NPA has come down considerably well. So do you identify any such accounts that might turn into NPA in the recent times, or how do you manage to put it down to bring down the NPA in the coming quarters also?
Yeah, see, 3-4 points are there. As you would have listened to our bank's also views on the press meet and analyst meet. So the message is clear that we foresee the credit cost in the range of say 1.25% around. Now coming to it has coming down, so recoveries are also happening. So around we expect 8 to 10% of the recovery in the accounts, return of accounts as well. So which is also helping not only Bank of Maharashtra but some other banks also to bring down or maybe increase the quality, asset quality of the bank. So on that base, but one thing which we have done in Bank of Maharashtra, that the account wise we have targeted, for filing the suits and filing the court cases and other things. So that means recovery action I am talking. So wherever the Lok Adalat, so Lok Adalat actually state wise we have gone, and specifically for Bank of Maharashtra we requested to few state and we got it. So that is the reason that we are in also position to have a good recoveries. Now coming to the asset quality maintenance, that is a credit monitoring sort of. So bank is now tied up, it is also a press news which on 8th of February, which happens to be our 88th Foundation Day, which we had this year itself. So we have tied up with Corpository, CRISIL and the CICs. So now we have also brought in the preventive models, that is predictive models using machine learning. So, wherever entire our loan book we are trying to we have built the models which is a regression models, and then on those models we are actually rubbing or scrubbing our portfolio, and with the use of our team we are in a position to try to resolve wherever accounts are having any stress or anything. So, we are not finding anything which is out of ordinary as of now.
Sir, as you spoke about the recovery from the return of accounts as well, and I remember like there was a statement like nearly 1200 crore might be recovered from those return of accounts in this financial year. So where do you think, I mean, how do you manage to identify those return of accounts from where the recovery could be maximum? One could be machine learning, I understand that. But apart from that, have you thought of any particular initiatives or any particular methodology to identify those accounts that could give the maximum recovery?
See what happens, no, the one is that usually how you go and proceed with your portfolio on this return of accounts or maybe NPA accounts for recovery. So, every bank is having the SOPs and the guidelines for using that. So, many of the banks are having non-discriminatory sort of schemes where with the age of the borrower and the security underlying, on those basis we give powers to down below field branch managers and maybe zonal managers and all. So, actually we have made a list, now it is a technologically driven. So, we follow up with our field offices and how, and secondly we are also now using the external data to find it out with the from the social media where the borrowers are, if we are not in a position to connect with them for 6 months or maybe the CIC data or somewhere. So, if we can get their recent numbers or email IDs, so approach to them. So, basically we have strengthened our system of approaching to the NPA borrowers and trying to meet with them and resolve, so that creating a win-win situation for them, and also within the purview of the guidelines, bank is also in a position to recover the dues, which helps in strengthening the balance sheet.
So, talking about the balance sheet, as you spoke about the credit growth and the deposit growth for this financial year. So, you mentioned that credit growth will be around 20 to 25%, while the deposit growth will be around 15%. I mean, how do you plan to liquidate to get for the lending purposes? Because
see what happens now, for any bank there are various modes. So, if you see earlier we were in the range of 65% CD ratio. So, if now actually we have moved to around 75% of the CD ratio. So, what I suggest is that when you still, if you see, we have 4 percentage points to increase our CD ratio. So, we can still go up to say 78-79%. So, that is one of the option first. The second is also that we have a certain excess SLR. So, the thing is that when you have the funds with you total. So, whether it is deployed in advances or it is invested through the treasury. So, we still have some sort of excess SLR which which can be switched over as per the opportunity. So, if the opportunity is better in the otherwise market, then certainly it is basically from where you are getting the better opportunities and better rate of return on those assets. So, we have 2-3 choices around. So, that is not an issue. So, certainly on that we see around 14 to 16.5% we will in a position to increase our deposit base and around 22 to say 25% in the credit growth.
Thank you so much, sir. Your inputs were really valuable, and we really hope in the coming quarters we get to see a lot more profit growth in terms of in all the aspects. Thank you so much, sir, for your time and your valuable inputs. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Welcome.